Hello everybody and welcome back to the Realistic Farming Channel for Farming Simulator 25, where we use real tractors, we use real equipment, we have realistic tutorials, and we have a real lot of fun. Welcome back to day number 30. You believe that? 30? We finally made it to October 1st. I went ahead like promised and I got a few days in and out, basically about 4, just so we can start. But happy Monday. We are on the new and improved what you guys voted on. We're going to put out video every single day. Not this week because it's Christmas. A couple days, it'll be Santa Claus will come. It'll be Christmas time. But starting today, we're going to be doing a video every day. So we'll do one Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday we'll take off for Christmas. Then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then I'm not going to put out a video Sunday. So I don't ever put out a video Sunday. So it'll be 6 days a week, and we can get going. But we're not going to play ahead. We're going to play an entire game day. So it's going to be about 35-40 minutes for the game day. Oh, Zena's hungry, so let me feed her. She's asking for some food. There you go, girl. As you come through there. But anyways, we got a lot today. We got a lot going on today. Today is Tutorial Monday. We are going to explain some things and how they work and why we do them and go that way. And we are going to go ahead and show off some new equipment that we got. So without further ado, let's get going. How's everybody doing today? Hope you guys doing great. Hope you guys doing awesome. And I hope you guys are doing fantastic, because I am as usual. I'm starting to get a little bit more used to playing out of cab. It's not the end of the world. Really. Oh, jeez. Oh, sorry, I just ran over Zena. Luckily, she caught herself in there. Let's go this way today. But yeah, I've been playing a little bit more out of cab, and so for you guys that like it. But I've been driving some places. What I worked on over the last 5 days, and there's her ball. We're going to have to grab that on the way over. She knocked it over when she was running around. Let's get this parked, and I've got some cool equipment to show you guys. We have officially downgraded. As you can see up in the right-hand corner, we now have $148,000. We got one more piece of equipment to sell today, and then we're going to pay off a little bit of our loan today. Now, we have not made any money at all. We're still in debt, and we're still with the same money. What this money is from is selling back equipment, downsizing, basically, to get us what we needed to get. You guys already saw the tractor. You guys already saw the skid loader. We went ahead and we downsized, but we upsized on one piece of equipment. There was some issues with the sickle bar mower that we had, and you guys always know my rules. As soon as there's some issues with a mod, I'm not fixing it on Fs22. I'm going to just get rid of it. So we got rid of it, and we went ahead and we got the K brand in here, the good old-fashioned K brand from Fs22. It's 4.3 meters, but it's only 85 horsepower, so our tractor can pull it and pull it well. We also have downgraded to the plow. The only thing I don't like about it is how it goes into the ground a little bit. This was a conversion. Somebody did a conversion, but it only takes like 60 horsepower, so we're good. But we're selling this today because I want to show you guys, which, let me give you guys a tour real quick. As you can see, now day number 30, our grass that we planted is now starting to grow. This is exciting. We're now ready to go and watch it start growing. Everything's done on it with the exception of we didn't roll it. But remember, as soon as we mow it, we're rolling it. So what I've decided to do is the cows in Fs25, and since we're playing realistic, you can give them silage only and get 80%. Okay? So we're going to go here. We're going to show you right here. You can get 80% from hay and 80% from silage. Okay? So to simulate realism, we give them hay in the wintertime. Or in the summertime, we give them, and then we give them TMR in the wintertime so they get more. But we don't have any TMR, and they're little babies. So technically right now at this age, at 1 month old, they would still be getting bottle fed. So we're going to convert them over. Once their hay is gone, we're going to convert them over to silage. So going forward, we're not going to go anything TMR-wise. Excuse me as I sniffle in your ears. Got a little bit of allergies coming back, and I hope not. Let's just pray to the good Lord it's not going to come back. It might just be this dry room because I've been outside all day in the cold weather. It was -1 degrees here, Fahrenheit. But anyways, we're not going to give them TMR until they're 1 year old. And that's realistic. Realistically, for the first 5 or 6 months, they're getting basically milk and then water, or not milk and water, milk from their mother and in a bottle, and then they're getting switched over to hay. So we're going to give them hay until it's gone. I'll show you here. They have not started making. I wanted to see if they were any bigger, but 1 month, I think it's 3 months, they start making. They start getting bigger. They still haven't made any manure yet. But I went ahead off camera in the last 5 days, and we went ahead and stacked all our hay bales in here. Now, did you notice that when you buy them from the shop, they don't come with wrapping on them, but when you bale them in the field, they come with netting on them. It's kind of neat. But we baled them all up in here, and we're ready to go. We'll start using this. We'll use all these up first, and then we'll switch over to silage. Now, when you play 28-day months, silage takes 5 full in-game days. No matter what speed you play, it takes 5 in-game days to make your silage. And off that little baby field that we had last time, this is how many silage bales we made. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bales, and they are now officially silage. So these can sit here forever and ever and ever, and they won't do anything. As long as there's no holes in this plastic and there can get no air to it, they can sit here for indefinite. Okay, so that we just have food for the future. And like I said, I think going forward we're gonna wait a full year before we feed them TMR, but I might just stay with silage as well. I want to try to fix the XML to where I can put soybeans or something in here, and go from there. But anyway, so we went ahead and we got our 2 fields. But I wanted to tell you guys, I was so excited. I want to show you guys on the map. Okay, first of all, I found out that right here is a lime buy point. So we can buy our lime right from here. We don't even need to have it. And that's super realistic because we can do that at the co-op by my house. You can go and buy lime in the bulk. You can bring it home in trailers and store it any way you want it. So this is super realistic. And look where it is to our farm. It's right across the street for real. It's literally right here. That's lime. Okay. I don't know what this is. That's a sell point. And then this is somebody else's, Dave. But if you come down here, all the way across by our shop, right in here, look, a manure buy point and a manure buy point. There's 2 of them on this map. So you can guess what we've done, and I'm going to show you this. We have officially switched over to a manure spreader, and we're going to spread our lime and our manure with this thing right here. Look at, oh, you guys are going to love this. This is fantastic. This is the RUR10, it's called, or the RUR10. It is an older model. I figured Russell would like this. And I wanted to give him a little answer to his thing. I know that he's on holiday right now, on vacation. Take your time, Russ. Enjoy your vacation. Enjoy your time off. Don't worry about watching all the videos. You'll watch them when you watch them. I know you're not going anywhere, so you enjoy your vacation with your wife and your time and get your new car home, and you catch up on the videos when you catch up on them. Don't feel obligated to watch them when they drop. You can watch them when you want. The only disadvantage is, unfortunately, even though I said I wasn't going to do it, I edited this so that it was more realistic usage. Okay? So, just so you guys know. It holds 12,000 liters. It is 12 meters wide, but it only takes 85 horsepower to pull it. So we can pull it. PTO is about 129, so we're right at the limit there. So we're going to use this lime up here, and then we're going to get rid of the fertilizer. We're going to take it down and sell it. Because we don't have, this is what we're using. So when we go to buy manure, we have to go down to the animal dealer to buy the manure, which is super realistic, guys. You don't understand that. We do that around my house. If we want to spread manure and we don't have any, we just go to the co-op and they have a big pile of it there and we get it out of there. Or at my local even Agway, you can buy pallets of it. So it's super realistic. So we're going to do that. But today we're going to head over to the field, which is field number 44, and we're going to mow this in, and then we're going to plow this in, and then we're going to manure it, lime it, manure it again, and then we're going to seed it in, I do believe, canola or soybeans. If I can figure out the Fs22 XMLs and adding food, I'm pretty sure it's about the same as Fs22. If I can figure that out, I want to add soybeans to my cow pen. And that way we'll grow soybeans to feed our animals. That's what I want to do. Because this one's been mowed. This one's been baled in hay bales. This one's been mowed. And this one's been baled in silage. Now, going forward, how we're going to set it up is 32 will be, well, right now we're going to do all silage. We're going to do silage, silage, silage. And then this one here will be our crop. And then the next fields that we're going to buy is literally right across the street. I think the first one we'll get is 31. then 30, then 29, so that we own this block here, and then we'll work our way this way, and we'll go to the little bit bigger fields, eventually owning the BGA, eventually working down to different blocks. That's what our goal is. So anyways, without further ado, let's get our K-brand mower hooked up. We're going to head down. We're going to mow with our mower and get it mowed up. And, oh, we got to sell this first. Let's do this. Let's go here. I'm starting to learn what the buttons are, by the way, just so you guys know. I want to get rid of this right here. So we're going to sell that. But actually, you know what? Since it's October 1st, let's do this. Let's go back up to our shop here, or our thing, and I want to mow a little section with our push lawn or our riding lawnmower, so you guys get the chance to see how that works. Then we'll head down to the field and mow. The only reason why is because it's tutorial Monday, and I want to show you guys how it works. So let's get this out of here. Get on our little. It looks so tiny, but when I'm on it, look how big it looks. It looks so tiny. I look like I'm massive on this thing. Now this will put grass on the ground, but as you can see, by putting the grass on the ground, it doesn't look any different. Grass goes right up through it between it anyways. So let's take a few minutes and mow this up right here. Farming simulator, mowing simulator. First of all, let's mow some of this, just so you guys can see this work a little bit. It's kind of neat. Kind of chip away at this. This will give us stuff to do when it's, you know, we're crazy. But now we're on the full-fledged realistic, like you guys talked about. This is what you guys wanted, and we're going to play this every single day. So even if it takes me, like if I take a day off or whatever, we're going to come right back, because we had many people asking me about like where episode 14 was, and they were kind of new and they didn't realize, well, I mean, they're not new to the channel, they've been around for a while, but they were interested in the series and they were following along, and they didn't realize that I had skipped ahead for a few days. But no more. You guys voted, and that's what you guys did. So we're only going to mow a couple strips of this just so you guys can see what it looks like. As you can see, it doesn't, when you go backwards, it doesn't really leave too much grass because it blows it into here. But when you go the other way, it will blow the grass around. But it's the neatest little thing. I got it just because it'll give us something to do while we're waiting for crops and things like that, which is why I don't want to mow it too much. I want to have something to do while we're doing stuff. All right, go back over and grab our tractor, our 1066 Farmall, and we'll grab our K-brand mower, and I'll take Zena's ball back up. She was so excited this morning when I walked out of the house that she knocked her ball over and went crazy. And it went all the way down the hill. There. That way she knows where it's at. All right. So, yeah, we're going to do all silage now until the cows get bigger. And you guys voted on it, too. You guys wanted to stay with the little babies. So, but this is it. Now we've got our equipment. So we've sold that. So now what we want to do is we want to go to finances here, and we want to pay back some of the loan. Because look, we've got a $500,000 loan. So we've got $153,000. Let's pay $100,000 back on the loan. So let's leave us at 53 there. So we got $100,000. We own $400,000, and like I said, that wasn't making any money whatsoever. That was just downsizing the equipment and doing what we need to do. Really like this. Let's get this warmed up. The flap works on it. This is great. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial I had on it. I know Vic did. He liked it. But today we're going to learn what it is to plow a field. Even though we're going to mow it, we're going to tell you guys what it is to do it. We're going to tell you how this plow actually works and what it does. We're going to tell you the difference between a plow, a cultivator, and a subsoiler. We also sold the subsoiler. Remember the one that was sitting over here? It was too big. It was too big for our tractor. We couldn't pull it anyways. It took 150 horsepower. And remember, after the tutorial, like I told you guys yesterday, even though we have 140 horsepower, it's only 126 on the PTO. So we have to stay under 126. So everything's downsizing, everything's gone, but this is the equipment we have for right now. And then after our loan is paid off, that's what we're going to do. Is once our loan is paid off, then we're going to start upgrading. But the max on this series, we'll upgrade from the 140 horsepower. We'll do another tutorial on another tractor. It will be another older one, but I think we'll go from 140 to like 160. We'll see if we can find another 160 horsepower tractor and go from there and see if we can upgrade it. And then the max equipment size we're going to use on this series is 6 meters. So, and that's pretty much what we're going to do, which is what we already have for our roller. That's as big as the roller is going to be. It looks ridiculous on this thing. In fact, this little mower here is kind of the biggest you can get, but it'll mow it. Trust me. All right, so what we're going to do to suffice people is the ones that like it in cab. When we go from the fields, we're going to drive in cab. When we go into the field and start working, we'll go out of cab. So we'll be the best of both worlds. And every episode now, every day, will be a full game day. So when we're done with the game day, we're going to play from 8 until 6 at night. Until when it starts to get dark, we'll play from 8 to 4. And that's it. You know, if it's a 30-minute video, it's a 45-minute video, that's it. So that's the next property we're buying there. And then we're going to buy that one and that one down there. And then we'll have this little block. And this will all be ours. On this series, I'm not going to go crazy with factories and things like that. Just not going to happen. Not for me anyways. So now we're back out here. So we're going to start getting him on mode. And we're going to go right up the edge here. And let's go ahead, since we're taking care of our field here. Now we do want to get down to about 6. Yeah, we'll go there. I want to mow this, because we haven't done it yet. The pathway here. Let's turn this on. And let's go. There we go. Now this was on the in-game model, but we need to do this path anyways, because it needs to be taken care of every once in a while. Get my steering wheel a little bit better. This way you guys can see a little bit of in-cab, a little bit of out-of-cab, and it's so exciting. I'm so excited that you guys are really, really, really wanting to see this series, and it's exciting to get to teach you guys a little bit more, and it's great to be able to play an entire, you know, a series and have everybody really into it. It's really fun. But as you can see, this horsepower is right about perfect for this. It seems a little big look-wise, but you see how the RPMs are right around about a quarter to a half. The half would be about 8.5, but a quarter, that's about right. You want to use about a quarter of your RPMs for your things. But this is a good-sized field. The only reason I'm mowing this first is that when we plow, and I'm going to tell you why. All right, once we get up here, we're going to stop, and I'm going to show you guys a little bit. One of our family members asked me to explain this, and I will let you guys know. Once we get around, let's do one headland. Let's just do one headland. Then we can bring our little ride lawnmower down and do our bankments and bakements and stuff like that. I didn't even know there was a... Huh. It's kind of neat. There's another, like, whole house here. It's pretty neat. Now, we're not making this into... we're going to run right down the side of the road here. We're not making this into hay, so we're just going to mow it, and then we're going to windrow it and ted it right up. So, or not ted it, windrow it, and then bale it. And then it'll be silage bales, and then we got our wrapper. We didn't even see what the weather is. We have a whole day. Yes, we got the whole day, and then into tomorrow. Look at that. Let's start moving our way back in here. So we don't knock out the state's signs, the county signs. And we'll just stay on this. Like that. We're going to get a good-sized bunch of grass off this, so we will have food for a long time. Because they're not going to start using that kind of silage. But the cool thing about silage bales is you can store them right outside. Like, we literally, when we do silage bales, now we do both on my farm. We have bunker silos and we also have silage bales that we do, but they sit right outside. The silage bunker sits in there until you open it up, and they're covered until you're ready to go. You don't uncover it until it's completely empty. You just take out a chunk and you get your skid loader out and you take out a bucket, and that's it. For those of you guys who follow sports, yeah, football's going pretty good today, Saturday. And let's mow right up along the edge of this. That way we don't waste anything on here. But the only reason I'm mowing this is because we're going to plow this field in completely. Now, with this mower, unlike the sickle bar, you can leave it right on. And go right around a second one there. There we go. So I want to get out here and I want you guys to show you something. Okay, now, somebody asked, one of our family members asked, and I'm going to explain it. Okay? So, when you want to prepare a brand new field, okay, you are going to there's really only one way to do it, and that is to plow it in. Okay? There are 3 different ways to prepare a field. There's plowing, cultivating, and subsoiling. And all 3 of them act differently. And all 3 of them have different aspects to the field itself. But when you're starting like this from scratch, okay, like this, and people ask me all the time, well, how do you do it? Now, in farm sim categories, you can create a field with multiple different ways with a cultivator, things like that. You can't really do that in real life, okay? Real life is you are going to... Okay, get here. When you want to create a field from scratch and it's a grass meadow, you are going to use what is called a plow, which is a moldboard plow. That's what this is. This actually takes the grass out and it digs it right out. It removes the weeds, it removes everything, and it literally flips the soil. It takes it right here and it flips it. Okay? So you're literally digging down about 6 to 8 inches and you're flipping the soil. So it's, and you're going to like this and it flips it right over. That's what a plow does. It actually creates a field and it creates like a bare thing. So all of these fields that somebody has made on this in real life, somebody would have created with a plow. Okay? So once your field is created, then there's multiple different ways you can maintain it at that point. Like on my farm, once the field is created and we make a new field, then we don't plow again, ever. We're on what's called a no-till farm, which is basically you're tilling the ground with this. You are literally flipping the grass. You're ripping all the grass out. So getting back to our mower here. So this field is a meadow. Okay, in order for us to create a new field, we've got to bring that moldboard plow down here, and we've got to literally rip all the grass, weeds, and seeds, and all this crap out of here. So we're going to plow it in and create a new field. Okay, see what I mean? Now, once it's created, okay, then you're going to be able to bring in what's called a cultivator. Now, a cultivator, because with that moldboard plow, you make what's called furrows. You're going to, and it makes big, deep ruts, what it's called. So then you're going to bring your cultivator in and you're going to break that up. So before you can seed, you then have to cultivate over the top of a plowed ground, and you're creating a seed bed. So you're breaking it all up, and you're breaking up all the grass and all the roots and everything, and you're getting rid of them, okay? Then, once it's plowed and it's cultivated, you can then seed it, okay? Are you following with me? Everybody's following along with me? Now, once the field is wheat, barley, corn, any crop, once it's done and harvested, you can then start your next season by cultivating. You no longer have to plow if you don't want to. Now, technically, every 3rd or 4th season, shall we say, years, then you're going to replow and you're going to start over, and you're going to literally start with a fallow ground again. Because when you plow in a field and it becomes grass to dirt, it's called fallow. That's the proper terminology. It's an empty field with nothing in it. No grass, no nothing. It's just dirt. Okay, that's called fallow. That's the farming terminology for those of you who are asking. So when you once you create a field for 3 years after that, 3 seasons, you don't have to plow at all. Okay? Now for us, it's been about 5. We need to plow again, but we've been about 5 years. So what we do is say this is wheat. Once we harvest the wheat and it's got the stubble left there, or left on the field, then we take our cultivator right in. If it's corn, which we grow, the stubble from the corn, because when you harvest corn, it leaves the little stubble that's up there. We take our mower like this, or our bush hog, and we mow all of them down, and then we bale it. Okay? And that's called fodder. So if you take corn and you take all the corn stalks and you get up, it makes great bedding for the cows. It absolutely does. But it's called fodder, Fodder, fodder. Okay, and it's used for bedding and things like this. Now, chickens, if you put the fodder in the chicken pen, the chickens eat it. Okay, it's because all it is ground up chicken or ground up corn stalks, and so they eat it. So it's also used as chicken feed as well. The pigs will also eat it too. So that's another thing too. But we don't have pigs on our farm, but I do know somebody that has it. So to create your field, there's 3 different ways that you want to. Or there's one way you can create a field, one way from scratch. Okay, and that's using the plow, the actual plow. Now, once you've cultivated it and you get it planted, the next year you no longer have to plow. At least for the next 3 to 4 seasons, you don't have to do that. You can start right off by either cultivating or subsoiling. Now, the difference between a plow and a subsoiler is the plow goes down about 6 to 8 inches into the ground like this, and it digs it up. It literally makes a giant trench. You guys have saw me plow the other field up there. It makes a giant trench. Now, a subsoiler will go straight. Let me show you here where we are so you can see what I mean. Let's get down here. Get down. Where's the plows? Where are they? I'm going to show you in here. It's a little bit easier to show you what I'm talking about. Okay, plows. Right here. This is the ones that you're going to use, any of the little ones, and you're going to make these. These are called mold board plows, just like how they're pronounced, M-O-L-D, mold. And they got big trenches, see? 6 to 8 inches into the ground, and you're literally going to be just, well, maybe closer to a foot. Some of them are pretty decent, and you're literally going to dig it right down. Dig it right out. All the weeds, all the grass, everything's just going to be ripped right up, and it's going to be flipped right on top of the other one. Then, when you're done with that and you want a seed, you're going to move over to here, to cultivators. Okay? And all these do is, these are, all they are, is they go down just about an inch, 2 inches in the ground, maybe 8 inches tops. Some of them go down as much as 8 inches. They have tines on them, and they literally break up the ground. That's what this does. Cool. So after you've plowed the field, after it's harvested, you can then use one of these and cultivate it up. And it literally just, boom, and it breaks it up. So all the corn stalks, all the bean stalks, all of the stuff is just broken up, and it's all set to go. Okay? You can then plant right over it. It's called no-tilling. Okay? Now, we also have what is called a disc harrow. These are basically cultivators, but they're powered. Most of them are PTO powered. Most of them are whatever, but some of them are drag behind. Like this one here is just a drag behind, and all it does is break up the soil. That's all it does. See how it does it? It's kind of like just straight, and it literally makes like little lines in your field. That's it. It's not very deep. It's not very crazy. It's pretty simple. Okay? And they always take a lot more horsepower than what's needed. And then you've got your mulchers. There's different kinds of ways to create it, like mulching. This is what would be used on your like corn stalks and things like that, your wheat stalks when they're done. But we don't. We cheat. We use this thing right here. This is what we use. Okay, this is basically a giant mower. In fact, we don't even own this. We have our HD20 John Deere is what we use on ours, which is a bush hog. That's what I call this thing. This thing will chew up and spit out the mulch, and it literally drops it right on the ground. And then we come through and we bale it. So, anyways, they asked me the difference between a plow, a cultivator, and a subsoiler, which is right here. Now, a subsoiler, all that does is aerates the ground. So if you get right in here, look how deep that goes. Now, the subsoiler goes 12 to 18 inches in the ground. It goes right down, but it does not do anything but aerates the ground. So it basically leaves little lines, and you're dragging across like, let me get a better picture one. There we go. This is a nice one. See? And it literally just digs the dirt straight, and it aerates it. That's all it does. The plow flips it over and creates a new ground. This just aerates it so that it's better drainage, so it's better. It works different things. And most subsoilers have on the back of them one that breaks up the dirt. So if you subsoil, you're cultivating at the same time, if you know what I mean. If you plow, With this, you got to run a cultivator afterwards to break up the big mounds. But if you subsoil, then you don't have to, because it doesn't make big clumps on the ground. Most of them have cultivators at the other side of them. If you notice, most of them, look at that one, has a cultivator on the back of that one, has a cultivator and a we call it a dirt buster. So it subsoils in the beginning, then it cultivates, then it dusts or dirt busts the back end of it. So it'll even break it up. This will be like if you ran this over your already planted field and harvested field, you're going to get dust, because it's going to take all the stalks, it's going to take everything out. So, but to start with, you're going to create your field with one of these. That is realistic. Now, in farm sim terms, you can create your field with any one of these things. With this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. You can create your field with it, with each and every one of them. But it's not the way it works in real life. Now, once you get it mowed, and then we create the field, like that's why we're mowing this. We're getting the grass off here, and then we don't have this big clumps of dirt of grass, where then we're going to come in and plow this when it's already been mowed. So I hope you guys understand, and if you still don't understand how it works, let me know, and I'll give another tutorial on it, and we'll go from there. So it's it's not as difficult as you think, but it is, each step has a certain thing that we do and why we do it, which is why when everybody asks me, well, and why I get frustrated when I watch people that are farming at crazy speeds and stuff. It just doesn't work like that. There's lots and lots and lots of steps. It's not like, Farm Sim has made it so that it's set up for the newer people, because a lot of you guys don't understand how it really works. So it's easier just to get in here and cultivate the field and make a new one and plant it right over it with a direct drill and blah, 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 blah. Now, the direct drill seeder planters, those things like that, you can go directly over your freshly harvested crop. But remember, you're not going to get the yield that you normally would, because you're going to choke out the bottoms. It's going to be a while for them to grow, because they have a lot of stalks and things like that. But you can do it. We've done it when we're in a hurry, when we know that it's getting close to winter and we want to get our wheat in the ground, or we want to get, what we need to get in the ground. So we do it. We've done it, but we try not to. Our seeders are not direct drill. We have to have it cultivated and things. They're cheaper. They take less horsepower. Direct drills take a lot of horsepower, because you're literally just dragging them over ground that's just been harvested. So I hope that helped. I hope it teaches you guys a little bit. That's what's every Monday's going to be like that. We're going to explain why we do things and why it's being done on the farm. And now, I always have to throw out the disclaimer, because just because we do it that way on my farm doesn't necessarily mean that every farmer does it that way. So I want you guys to understand that just because for generations that my farm is done that way, this way, doesn't mean that, say, Jason, aka PA Plowboy, he might do things completely different. But the equipment all works the same. So if he decided that he wanted to plow every year, he can. If he decided that he wants to run a no-till, they do it. There's several different ways to do farming, which is what Farm Sim wanted you guys to do, is they wanted you to strive for doing things differently, but each piece of equipment runs the same. In other words, so if another farmer decided to plow every year, first of all, you're going to lose nutrients, but that's up to them. It's their farm, and they do it the way they want to do it. But you can, but the plow itself works the same. If you wanted to, like what we do is we harvest our soybeans and then we cultivate them. Actually, that's not correct. What we do is, once it's harvested, we run the bush hog, like I showed you guys, over the top of it. Then we windrow that up, and we bale the fodder up, and we use it for the chickens, and we use it for bedding for the cows. And that's what we do. And then we cultivate and then seed. And then, here's how we do it. Okay, so say this was soybeans, right? So soybeans get harvested, get off the ground, and go to the co-op. or we go right into our silo with it. Okay, once the corn's done, actually soybeans we were talking about. Once the soybeans are done, then we come through the following day and we do what we're doing here, but with our bush hog, and we get all of it down. We get all our fodder off the field. The following day or 2 days or 3 days, however long it takes us to bale that up, now we come through with a cultivator and run it. Just sorry about the screen, but I wanted to show you guys that you're running it up and down, up and down. Sometimes, generally twice is what we try to do. We cultivate it first time, let it sit, and then the next day or so we cultivate it again, depending on the size field and depending on what we have for crops in there. With wheat and barley, you don't need to go over it twice because it's really thin crops. But corn and soybeans are a little bit heavier crops, so you got to kind of break them up a little bit better. Corn gets really hard pan. It really gets really hard ground, so you got to cultivate a couple, 2-3 times. So we harvest it, and then we get the fodder off of it. We basically mow it. And then once the fodder is gone and we get that all situated in the barns, and we put it in a completely separate barn away from the other hay bales and stuff because it's completely different stuff. We try to keep it dry because we use it as bedding, but, we've had ours sit out, and as you can see also when I'm mowing with this side sip mower here, we don't have to pick it up because we're going to windrow afterwards. And then after we fodder everything up, then we cultivate it. Sometimes, if it's corn, we'll do it twice. If it's wheat or barley, we do it once. And then we plant it right in the ground. And we're good to go, and we start again. Now, before we plant it, though, we usually run manure. And then every 3 to 4 seasons, we have the co-op come in, and they test for lime. And they do the lime, and they tell us if we need to spread lime or not. They test the pH level. We have a sample machine at the house, so we can send samples away, just like FarmSim does. We do it too. And we can send them away, and they come back and they tell you whether or not you need to put lime on. But generally speaking, it's about the same as plowing. And what the other thing plowing does is it resets your field. It literally resets all of it, and it just starts you from scratch again. Now, there is a thing called crop rotation in real life. So what we do is we plant, we don't plant 2 of the same crop back to back. And it's basically, we try to go a cereal crop, which is wheat, barley, oats, canola, the lighter cereal crops, followed by a legume or oilseed radish, what we try to do, because we like the wheat and the barley and things like that are great for soil erosion because they have shorter roots, but they're spread out. And then your corns and your soybeans and things like that, which are legumes, they make hard pan. So you've got to, once you go through it. But what we do is we plant a crop, and then the next year the ground goes fallow. So it's every other year we plant something in that ground. So in order to have crops, you got to have multiple fields where you can do it. Like, unless it's a meadow field like this can stay grass. It's the same year after year after year after year. Sometimes we plant alfalfa. Sometimes we take a field and we plant alfalfa. Sometimes we plant, but generally in my area, alfalfa doesn't grow as good as what it does more in the warmer seasons and warmer weather. But we have grown it. We've mixed it with our TMR. Alfalfa works really good for that stuff. And it grows crazy. Alfalfa and grass, I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but alfalfa and grass is a weed, especially grass. And they grow, and that's why you ever heard the term growing like weeds? So, that's it. So we're going to get done with this pass. We're going to head up because we're done. We're done with this episode already. You believe that? We're talking away. But then what we'll do, one last thing about that is there we go. So we plant a crop, we get it all set up, everything, and then we get it cultivated, we get it manured, we get all that stuff, and then we let it go sit for a year. And then the next year we'll plant in it, and then we'll plant back-to-back crops, and then we let it sit. So we go 2-1, 2-1, 2-1. We go 2 crops, and then we go fallow. Then we go 1 crop, then we go fallow. The fallow ground, in other words, just dirt, resets the composition of it, resets the pH, resets of all of it, because it gives the soil a chance to come back, if you know what I mean. So there's so much things I can teach you guys. All you guys got to do is ask, and I can just ramble on. It gives me stuff to talk about as well. So we're putting this back here as we always put away our equipment, but I'm going to leave it hooked up because when we come back on October 2nd, we're going to be mowing right away. Now, as you can see, we don't have to feed those poor little calves every day. They got a lot of food in there. So we're going to leave this up just like this. Shut that down, and we're going to shut this off. We're going to take our other tractor because I'm learning the hard way that when you leave this down here, you got to run down here without your tractor. I like this little thing too. This little Massey Ferguson. It's kind of neat, actually. So there we go, guys. Now, when we come back tomorrow on Tuesday, this will be in October 2nd. Okay, and then we will be ready to go. We'll be at 6 o'clock in the morning or 8 o'clock in the morning on September 2nd. And we're going to go then the 3rd, then the 4th, and the 5th. And we're going to have, unfortunately, we're going to have 28 episodes per game month. But that's the fun part. That gives us something to do. And as you can see, it's starting to get dark earlier and earlier. We got to stop here. We got to feed Xena because she gets fed twice a day now because she's always running. So on that note, guys, we made it through day number 30. Yay, day number 30 already. You believe that? 30 days into this journey already. So on that note, please, please, please look out for yourselves, look out for each other, and most importantly, look out for each other's family. Be sure to like and subscribe and share. Hit the little notification ding ding bell so you get notified when Fury drops a video. Be sure to enjoy the night, the day, the weekend, whenever you are watching this. And remember, I love you all, and I will catch you guys right back here tomorrow with another episode. And yep, we'll be on October 2nd. We'll go down. We'll finish mowing. Because we won't have any tutorials, I'll just kind of explain what's going on. We'll finish mowing, and then we'll come and windrow it. We'll bale it. That should be pretty close to maybe the 3rd. We'll be finished up with that. What's our tentative weather? We got some rain coming in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. That's why. That's the other reason I'm not doing hay. I want to switch it, just get it off the field, get it wrapped up, because silage bales can be wrapped a little wet because they do ferment and they sit in there and they're fine. So that's another reason. Because I did notice that on 28-day months, if you come down here, look, rain. We only got the 5th, which is nice. Today was a good day to mow, but I spent a lot of time teaching. And here's a temperature I finally found out. So when this starts saying 32 or below, we are not plowing. We're not doing any field work whatsoever. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that. So on that note, guys and gals, I will catch you guys right back here tomorrow. We'll go back, we'll finish mowing, we'll start windrowing, and we'll get it baled up for silage bales, and then we'll roll the field. Oh, actually, we'll spread manure on it. No, actually, we're going to roll it. Yeah, because no, we're not. We're not going to roll it because we're going to create a new field. We're going to start plowing. Yay. So it'll probably take us the whole month of August or October to get that map done, or that field down there done, and then we'll be in month 2. Yay! All right, guys, get out of here, as Van Ham Gaming would say, and I will catch you guys right back here tomorrow. Have a great one, everyone.